Hi, Jessica Sporn here. In this video I'm going to show you how I transformed a plain wooden box into a decorative box using acrylic paint, tissue paper, and stencils. Using Cecilia Swatton's Ginkgo leaf stencil from Stencil Girl, I stenciled onto tissue paper using gold paint. Then I used water on a thin brush, outlined the leaves on the tissue paper, and used my fingers to gently pull it apart. I painted the box green, and now I'm using the Borders stencil, my Borders stencil from Stencil Girl products, to stencil around the border of the box. I am using a cosmetics sponge and some gold acrylic paint and just stenciling around the sides. You don't have to worry about lining the stencil up because as the box turns sides, it's very forgiving, and it doesn't matter if the registration is correct or not. So I've got all four sides stenciled now. And now I'm going to adhere these pieces of tissue paper that have the stenciled leaves on them. The nice thing about having them on the tissue paper is you can turn them around, you can see how they line up together without committing initially to the paint. You can also add, here I'm adding some additional leaves to the main branch. I'm using matte medium to adhere it all, and when it dries, the tissue paper is going to fade into the background. Sorry about this bad camera angle. It's going to get better in 1 minute, I promise. What I also like about stenciling onto the tissue paper is when you adhere it, it gives your surface a very vintage looking feel. So to brighten up the gold a little bit more, I'm going to just line up the stencil again and pounce using that same gold paint. Now I'm using a thin brush to just go over the stems a little bit more, and this just adds a little variety and gives the whole image a little more of a hand-painted look. I'm going back in with some of the dark green paint that I used initially to push one of these leaves a little bit more into the background. And also to add a little bit of shading. And here's a space where my border got a little bit messed up, and so I'm just lining up the border stencil again and pouncing a little bit more. Now I'm just using my finger to rub some black paint into the edges just to age the box up a little bit. And to give it a nice sheen, I'm covering the entire box with glazing medium. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll share it, and also I hope you'll visit me at my blog, jessicasporn.blogspot.com. See you soon!